So hi, well, the Good Nights podcast with Brown Maple. We're gonna ask some questions today. I'm gonna start. So what inspired you guys to start the band, and what does the band name mean?
Oh Lord. Okay.
That's
a great start.
This is a Jeff question.
Yeah. I need to hear this, honestly.
And honestly, I'll probably need to take a drink because the name is just a whole. It's a 3-story novel in and of itself.
Jesus.
Yeah. So what started the band was, Jeff started college. I'm referring to myself in third person. Jeff started
Nice.
college,
Mhm.
and Julian, who is not here right now, I was already working with Julian, and on other projects and whatnot. We were in this one band called Winterground that I started my senior year of high school. We both really got into Marietta, Summer Death and that and whatnot, like around the same time. And like he was the bassist of the other band, and I was the singer and guitarist of the other band as well. And I was like, hey, what if we just started like playing Midwest emo music just for like fun on our own time and stuff? And then he was like, yeah, sure. It started out with him on drums and then me playing guitar. And then the other band broke up. And then we just started like really getting more and more into it. I started like really falling in love with the genre and like writing more music and stuff for it. And Julian like really just like it was weird. Like Julian would always have like weird spikes of like motivation when it came to Winterground and stuff, that like he'd be like super, super duper productive and whatnot. This was honestly one of the biggest spikes in like Julian's motivation I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
When towards the beginning of what is Brown Maple. And with that, we get to the name. So we wanted something that sounded like somewhat emo and like sad, but also like not something that like people were going to make fun of us for, which in the end did not end up working out in the slightest.
Yeah.
We have the single-handedly the worst name because there's typically a trade-off with things like this, that it's like, you can explain the name and like afterwards people will be like, oh yeah, that makes sense, or like something like that.
So
or it's a good name and you don't have to explain it.
Yeah.
No.
It's neither of those
It's
categories.
neither of those.
Yeah.
It's just the name sucks, and when we explain it, people are like, "Wow, that's just stupid." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." So we came across it because we really liked the ring of maple. We wanted like maple in there somewhere, and then like we wanted to have like a band. Like our other options were like Star Wars references and stuff, because at the time Ian was also in the band, and Ian and I were just like obsessed with Star Wars. Like he was literally like we were grown ass men in our like early 20s to late teens, just like constantly talking about Star Wars. We wanted to have like a Star Wars reference, but we figured we'd just get made fun of for it. So we ended up just that's one of the biggest things with our lives, is like, it's just like, are we gonna get made fun of for what we do? And then we stopped caring.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's how we came across the name Brown Maple. We liked the ring of maple, and we were like, Brown Maple brown is what we need to put before maple for shock value.
Boom.
And then boom, we were like, we have a band name right here. Boom, this'll wow people. And they're like, Maple Brown Sugar, is that your name? I'm like, no.
Oh. Read it. Yeah.
I wouldn't trade it for the world though, because at this point it's just stuck. It's so
Exactly.
You guys are stuck with it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
wow.
So that's that.
Inspirational, definitely. So congratulations on your upcoming release. I never really learned how to say goodbye. How do you feel the response to it so far, to the people you've shown it to, since at the time of recording it isn't out yet?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Repeat the question. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Clipped so many times.
How do you feel about the response to the EP to the people you've shown it to, since at the time of recording it isn't out yet?
Oh, okay. So basically, the people that I've leaked it to, even though I've been told don't send this to people, other
Nice.
than like people who need it and stuff.
Of course, yeah.
My mom didn't care, but that's not because that's not because she was like, I don't care about your music. She thought it was somebody else's music, and then she was like, oh, this is your music. Hey, good job. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
is that all? I was like, is that all you got? She's like, I mean, it's good. I like it. I'm like, thanks, mom.
I
Typically,
guess,
your mom's,
yeah.
I was expecting like a gold star or something.
Exactly, yeah.
Like a big old shiny medal. I was expecting her to like put it up on the fridge, even though there's not physicals or anything, and it's not even out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be like, hey, he did this.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she'll share it on Facebook.
Exactly. I was gonna say Facebook.
Yeah, she probably will end up doing that.
That's good.
Because I love me, mummy. Love you, mummy, if you're listening to this, even though you're literally like 2 rooms away.
Oh.
So, other people who I did not really expect people to like enjoy my music, because like for the longest time it was like just Jeff and whatever screaming band he was in high school and whatnot. For like the longest time, because that's really what it was. Just in high school, I was just in like bands where I was playing the guitar and screaming. But after like really taking the time to like structure songs or like learn more about like songwriting and just making better music, that's the simplest way to put it. Just learning about how to make better music.
Yeah.
It really means a lot that the people who I've showed it to really have like stopped, like they're listening to it, and like they would like message me halfway through and they'd be like, hey, you did a really good job, and it's really like amazing how far you've come from what you started as. And it's really great to see what you've done with like with your time and like your passion and what you do and all these great things. And I honestly, like, for the longest time I was like building myself, that I was just telling myself like, learn to take constructive criticism. So like when people just come to me and like just compliment me and tell me my stuff is good, like without any criticism, I'm just like, yeah, what's bad about it? And they're just like, I didn't have anything to say on that matter.
Plead the fifth.
Like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I sort of just like sit there nervously, and I'm like, do I say thank you, or like, what do I do now?
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's really been great just how people have responded to it. They've been really supportive, and honestly, I can't wait for us to put it out so that they can fulfill their promise of, you have to listen to it when it releases, since I sent it to you early. Not sure if that came across clear enough, but yeah.
Okay.
I think we've had some pretty good buzz with the single. After we released the single, I think it was...
Oh, I didn't even cover the single.
Yeah,
it's okay.
And after we released that, I think we got definitely a little bit of buzz from that. And I know my mom is crazy. She's always messaging me about it. And the song sounds so good. She found it on iTunes the other day, and she was like, "Oh, the song's on iTunes," and I was like, "Oh yeah." I mean,
yeah,
it was 99-cent song. I was like, "Oh, that's kind of crazy," but I mean, I think it's been really good so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh yeah. I'm glad that your mothers are giving this stamp of approval, because that's all that matters.
Right, right. In the end, that's all that.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So can you tell me a little bit about your writing process for this EP?
Okay, so for this process, for this EP, it's completely, it was like way different than anything I'd ever done in terms of like writing music in the past, because it was just like, it was like the EP just had so many, like, this was probably one of the most like emotional things I'd ever written, other than July 9th, which was on our split, which for many people who don't know, July 9th was about my father's passing and what. But EP1, or I never really, I gotta stop saying EP1.
EP1.
I keep telling that to people, they're like, EP1, what is that? I never really learned how to say goodbye is actually just about different times in my life where I've had to say goodbye, whether I was ready or not
Mhm.
for that time to come. And it was sort of like I'd go through whatever it was, whether it was like a breakup, or whether it was, losing a friend, or just any sort of
Just life.
life,
Life
yeah,
in
life
general.
taking from you. It was, I would sort of like feel like a lot of the feelings were just like things I couldn't, they would either just sit in me and I would lay in my room and listen to music and be sad, or I would do something about it and like give it like a physical like manifestation so I could just like get it out of me and move on with life.
Mhm.
Um so honestly, merry-go-round was just like sort of like one of the more explosive like goodbyes I ever had to have with somebody. And it was how do I say? It just that one came naturally.
Yeah.
Merry-go-round just came naturally. Like the lyrics, it was honestly, we practiced it. I didn't have lyrics written. We got to that last part, which is the I'm really sick of it, all the stupid shit. And I remember like when I started laying into that part, like Ian, who was in the band at the time, I should mention, Ian, if you're listening, I love you. You're not in the band, obviously. You still
Oh.
he's still signed. No, he's still signing in. He's still signed into our Twitter. Everything's good between us, Ian and us. We love Ian.
Mhm.
He's
Okay.
still signed into our Twitter and sometimes tweets from our account.
Oh, okay.
It's really funny. He's all like, that's beside the topic, but uh, like I'll just like wake up to like tweets, likes on a tweet that I didn't write. I'll be like, did
I don't
I
remember
do?
writing
Yeah.
that.
I was like, did I write
That was
that?
a little bit crazier of a night than I thought.
I was like, yeah, I was like, I could have sworn it was only like like two of whatever I had, maybe.
Whatever that
Um,
was, yeah.
yeah. So, anyways, so what was I saying? I remember that practice. Like, I laid into that part, and like Ian and Julian both looked at me, and they were like, "Wow, that just came out of you. That
Mhm.
wasn't a pre-planned thing. It was just like sort of just pent up frustration with all the like feelings dealing with that goodbye that I had in life, and I just had to get it out. So it's really, the writing process is more so, it's like it's like puking onto a guitar and puking onto your notes app that you have lyrics on.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah,
A lot
it
of
just
puke.
falls out.
Yeah.
I really hope your stomach is recovered from all the puking.
Oh,
Mhm.
trust me, it has not.
It's a natural process.
It's a natural
so
Exactly, yeah. Comes easy.
yeah.
It's just like one day something happens. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna puke lyrics later. Doesn't that suck?
Oh man, not again. So what lyric off of this EP is your favorite, and what does it mean? Can you tell us the meaning behind it?
Okay, well, it's off of Merry-Go-Round.
Mhm.
I have to show a little bit of favoritism towards Merry-Go-Round. And it really is that last verse. I'm really sick of it. All the stupid shit that you bring in and out of my life. I'm tired of seeing you, fucking hypocrite. Every moment you wasted my time. So it was about like a time in a relationship. I'm so sorry. So that was the favorite lyric. What was the other
Mhm.
half of the question?
Can you tell us what it means?
Okay, what it
Yeah.
means. So that was just a point in a relationship where things were like falling apart, and I was pushed to like my breaking point, that I couldn't handle things in like a calm manner anymore. I just had to really let all the feelings I wasn't allowed to express, out of like fear of hurting the other person's feelings, out of
Mhm.
fear of, you know, them not wanting to talk after me saying how I really felt. Um forgot where I was leading up to.
Oh, it's okay.
That would be another Labatt ice right there. That would be a Labatt ice right there that I just have to pound because I messed up. Oh, okay, that lyric. And it was just, I was in sort of a situation that whatever I would do, it was wrong. But when they did the same exact thing or even worse, it was completely acceptable, and it was wrong for me to get upset about it because of whatever my emotional stability or whatever it may be, that they just felt they had some sort of pass on it and I didn't. And I wasn't really allowed to explain how I felt, because if I did, it would just be too how do I say?
Too aggressive, too forward.
Yeah, too forward, too aggressive. They were a sensitive person. They really couldn't handle it the way it just needed to be said. And that's like the worst thing, is that like I as well am a sensitive person, more than I would like to admit. You could like look at me the wrong way and I'll start crying. but like it was just, sometimes you just have to get over that, and you just have to say things how it is, or it's never going to be said, and you'll just have to live with that, or I guess die trying, per se, is the phrase.
Yeah.
If I want to put it that way. You'll never reach that happiness that you want to achieve if you don't get those feelings out. Move forward. So it really was just pointing out the double standard, the unfair treatment and everything of that relationship and how long it had lasted, and that I wanted to move on to other things, other people, whoever it might be, who I felt would treat me better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would definitely be the favorite lyric. Plus it just felt so good in the studio, and like getting just the rough back of that, of just how growly it was. I was like, there's no way that's me. So
yeah,
I was just so happy to hear it, and honestly, it came out in the end just the way I wanted it to sound.
Good.
So I couldn't be happier with it.
That's awesome.
Definitely, yeah.
Max, do you have a favorite?
Man, I was ready for this question. Honestly, I was gonna say, I don't want to sound cliche, but what he said, that's probably, I think Merry Go Round is probably one of my favorite tracks off of this new EP that we have coming up. And that's just a really good part in the song, I feel like, because a lot of the song is kind of it's not soft, but it's a little softer, and it's a little more melodic, and we get to that point and it just drives home the point. And I mean, I've been through similar situations as Jeff has recently described, and I know how it feels, and frustration is probably the biggest part, and I think that part in the song really just conveys it. And I think that'll be a really fun one live too.
Oh, I'm so excited to play that live.
For sure, yeah.
For sure. So you guys got picked up by Chillwave Records. Can you tell me a little bit about that, how that happened?
Yeah, baby.
Again, that's a Jeff question.
Man, I'm just leaving you out by knowing
I'm the
everything.
drummer. He tells me what to play and I play it,
That's completely valid.
Yeah.
I get involved with like a girl I shouldn't be involved with, and Max like texts me the next day. He's like, "Listen, dude, I already told you this is a bad idea. You just tell me what to play when the time comes." I'm like,
yeah, right. I know. We'll be making music about this later.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, you're going sledding? All right, this will last 3 days, and then you'll cut her out of your life again, and then
it's not that far.
You'll write an angry song about it.
Exactly.
No, nowhere near it. But dude, why do I keep forgetting the question?
It got signed by Chillwave. Tell me about it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Signed by Chillwave. Oh, man. So it really was, and I have to just give such a thank you to like the help that we received from Nick from Equipment. Nick was
I love Equipment.
I love Equipment.
We all love Equipment.
I'm looking at my closet and I can see like 3 Equipment shirts that I have.
So true.
And my hoodie. it's just ridiculous. But I talked to Nick because Nick was like, "Hey, so what are your plans with this EP?" And I was like, I want to somehow get involved with the label, but if I'm being honest, I don't know how they work or the first thing about them." He's like,
Yeah.
"Cool, I'm your man, I guess."
Yeah.
So, Nick sort of like walked me through the process. He was like, "All right, here are the different labels. You should like look into which ones you're interested in, and let me know what you think about each label, and I'll get back to you." And you know, he obviously Nick has like his connections because I mean, man, he wrote Madrigal. It's like, sorry, you don't write Madrigal and then not make connections with people.
Yeah.
So, he really helped walk me through the whole process. And with Chillwave, it was funny enough. I went to high school with Jacob from Equipment and Waving, and I noticed that they were on that label, and I was like, wouldn't it be awesome if, since I already like this label, I was already looking at Chillwave, I was already interested in it. I was like, wouldn't it be awesome if we were on the same label? And I was like really excited to see their reaction to it. And they told me that they really loved the song and whatnot. It meant a lot. And it's just so great. Ever since we signed to that label, it's just been a bunch of random conversations with Rob that I'm like, hey, I'm going to make this video and it's going to have a bunch of stupid edits and we're going to try to, you know, advertise through just being dumb if we can. And Rob was like, yes.
Perfect. Yeah.
Just like that.
I'm still working on like another ad for a certain something that I'm not even sure if I'm. I mean, it's for tapes. I can tell. Okay. I can say that.
There you go. Yeah.
I kind of figured being signed to Chillwave that you were gonna have some sort of physicals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna be doing that. Honestly, Chillwave has just been so goddamn supportive of everything. I remember I was just ranting on Twitter. I was door dashing and I got stuck in the snow. And I like complained about being hungry. And Alex, God bless Alex's heart, slid into my DMs and said, hey, let me buy you lunch. I was like, you are such a saint. I appreciate it. I'm just complaining that I'm hungry because I'm dumb and I forgot to eat. But you are really just looking out, and you are the best. Like, you guys, like, really just look out. And honestly, it's like a big family because it's like there's like, you know, everybody else who's signed to Chillwave. It's just like everyone's just so supportive of each other. Like, I just sent Joey from Cliff Diver. I just sent them our roughs for EP2. Sorry, Steve. I shouldn't be showing that to people, but I can't help it. But I just sent that to them, and they were like, "Yeah, this is fantastic. I'm so proud of you guys." And I was like, "Don't you melt my heart? Everybody's just so supportive." It's like, it's honestly, it feels like less of being on a record label and just feels like being a part of like a bigger home and like having a musical family, which it never was something I never really had, because it was just like the only involvement with my music that people had was like, hey, here's $5 for a ticket or here, buy this ticket for $5, be there at 8 and you'll be able to maybe see me yelling if you decide to stick around long enough. And they'd be like, yeah, Jeff plays the guitar. But these people, like, they actually care about what you're doing and like they pay attention to you, and it makes you feel so much more appreciated, and it just makes you want to put forward more effort towards your music. It just makes you want to. It makes the low parts of music, because it's like music just comes in like waves, that it's like really good, and then sometimes it's just like it's really a task that you have to put yourself towards. It makes those lows so much less. Like, it makes those lows so much more stomachable and so much more, like, easier to process. And it makes the high points even better. And I just wish that there wasn't this pandemic, because then I could just say, screw it. I'm driving to Tulsa to go see Cliff Diver,
Yeah.
or I'm driving to wherever it is to see whoever else is on this label, simply because they asked me how my day was.
Yeah. Oh.
Joey's like DIY's hype man. I love him so
Oh,
much.
100%.
I love Joey.
Joey is so awesome.
So this question should be super quick. Off the top of your head, I want you to describe this EP for new listeners in 3 words. No more, no less. Both you have to do it.
3 words. New EP, new listeners. Okay.
Yep.
Off the top of my head, I'm already messing up. Gets better.
That's 2?
It gets better.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Sorry.
Oh,
I was just like, gets better. Okay, well, that's 2. Yeah,
Or,
almost
no.
there.
Things get better.
There, I like that one. Yeah.
Things get better.
Man, I probably had 3 adjectives to describe it, honestly. Did you date? Well, I guess describe it in 3 words. Man, new Midwest emo. Can I put it like that?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Straight from the source.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what
It's
it
great.
is, really.
That's
New
good.
Midwest emo. I didn't even think about that. We're just on 2 separate.
Yeah, we are always on 2 separate.
Oh, I thought you were gonna finish that.
No,
Yeah,
that
that's great.
was it.
We're on 2 separate.
You're just 2 separate. Yeah. So, where do you 2 see the band in the next 5 years?
And for me, at least, honestly, I enjoy playing music. So, wherever it takes me, honestly, it's one of those things for me, I guess. I don't really think of it as a job or necessarily a career yet. But I mean, it could definitely get there depending on how things go. But yeah, I mean, I'm a very go with the flow person as it is. So,
bro, I don't know what you're talking about. I see us selling out Wembley Stadium.
So true.
I see. Wow, I really don't. I have nothing.
Hey, well,
to
if we
follow
do
that
that,
up.
I'll
Diamond EPs,
Diamond
Diamond
EP,
everything, platinum, Diamond.
Billy Corgan's gonna be wearing my shirt.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I have like 4 Smashing Pumpkins t-shirts, and he's gonna have 40 Brown Maple t-shirts.
Oh yeah.
You know, like the fans, they're gonna be like at my house every day.
That's you want that?
Horrifying.
I don't.
That's
want
terrifying.
That is what we want.
No,
I want
that is
no-
definitely not
I
what
want
you
a-
want.
You don't want that.
I want to lose my right to privacy. I
Your
don't.
Your
wanna
phone number
have my
gets
own
leaked
life.
every 2 days.
Never sleep. I
Mhm.
will never need to sleep again.
Constant
Oh my God.
hacking concerns.
Exactly.
Wow.
So where do I actually see things in the next 5 years? If I'm being honest, I don't see where I'll be in the next 5 minutes.
That's fair.
So it's really just going to be like, hopefully, once the shows start up again, it's really just going to be treat every performance like it's my last.
Mhm.
And like that's what these people are going to remember me by. I want to do as much as we can with like recording music and like playing shows and like making an impact on like people around us. I want to write music that means something to people, even if they don't ever know what I look like, even if they don't ever find out what my name is, whatever it might be. Just one line for somebody who like will never see me, that makes them think, I can make it through today.
Yeah.
Something like that. So in the next 5 years, I see us hopefully like playing shows, playing tours, and just having a great time with what we're doing, because that's honestly all that it's about. Is if we're not having fun with it, there's literally no point in doing it, because we're not doing
So
music.
true.
We're not doing music for money. We're not doing it for popularity or anything. We are doing it solely because it's what makes us happy.
Yeah.
So that's all I really have. If I might have just completely dodged the question.
No,
But-
you answered it perfectly.
That's so unheard of. Jeff answering a question properly.
Yeah.
So,
I've never done that.
for the last couple of questions, we're actually going to shift away from music and go straight to death row.
Boom.
So, if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Boom again.
Boom,
You go first.
Man. Okay. I would probably just want some like big New York slice of pizza or something. I love
So
pizza.
true.
Some type of pizza, Chicago pizza, New York pizza, something that you can't usually get. For a drink, man, I'd probably take a cherry Pepsi.
Yep.
If I'm on death row, I'm gonna need a cherry Pepsi probably.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on death row. First thing I'm getting is a whole bucket of drywall from the Home Depot.
Doing that.
From
Oh,
the Home Depot.
Not
That
from
is
Lowe's?
smack. Whole bucket. Do I need
Whole
a drink with it? Hell no.
oh,
That's
I'm just
disgusting.
built different.
That's
No.
No
Actual
drink?
answer. No drink.
God,
No
that's
drink.
disgusting.
Actual answer. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I'm not picky. I'll probably just like take like 2 McRibs and like a Diet Coke or whatever, and be like, all
That's
right,
a switch, yeah.
like whatever I did. Obviously, you know, I'm dying, so you know, shit.
I'd take a McRib probably.
I'll take a McRib.
All right, solid answers.
That's all I got left.
I like the drywall
So-
answer personally.
Yeah, me too. I prefer that one.
Shit. Okay, then I didn't say anything about McRibs. I've never.
Okay, yeah, just drywall, no
The
drink.
word McRib has never come out of my mouth.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
Never
Drywall, no drink. Drywall, no drink.
Drywall, no drink. So, if you two could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Man, honestly, I'd probably I would live in Arlen, Texas, where King of the Hill takes place. I love the show
Mhm.
King of the Hill.
Okay.
Solid.
so
I've only seen like
I would
5
love-
episodes,
Oh.
but it was good. It was
I've
good.
gone through the season or all the seasons probably 3 times. I would
That's
just spend
valid, yeah.
my time with the Hill family, see what happens. Maybe watch Hank Hill mow the lawn. I don't know,
hmm
but yeah, that'd be
That
my
sounds good. I like that a lot.
Okay, so I'd probably have to pick the world of regular show
Uh-huh.
So true.
That'd be
Yup.
fun one, too.
solely because of the fact that they've never really had a problem with like school or like actually working or anything. Like jobs
That's
kind of
true.
just don't actually exist in that world.
Yeah. Well, Rigby is a high school dropout, and he didn't go to college, so I don't think they would have any problems with school. But yeah, with work, they
I'm
just
like,
nearly get fired every episode. It isn't
Yeah,
that big of a deal.
like in the world where I could do what they do and get paid, I'm like, shit. All right, sign me
not?
up.
Yeah.
Dreams
That
and
makes sense.
aspirations I have in the real world, forget about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go roll myself up into like a talking car.
man, that all those episodes are crazy.
It's like it starts out so normal.
It does.
And
It's
then,
always
yeah.
so weird.
then it's like some sort of like seventh dimensional
Yeah.
being is like, here's 17 tabs of acid.
Yeah,
Have a
Exactly.
good
Yeah.
time. And then it
Exactly,
rips you
go
away
wild.
from it by the end, and you're
Yeah.
like, okay, I guess things are normal now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just forget what happened.
Mm-hmm. I gotta rewatch that series. It's so good.
Uh,
Man,
so I've been out of asking the last question, and every single person we've spoken to has said that it is the most important question. What's your favorite color?
No.
this is a bad one for him.
What's my favorite color?
Yeah.
Let me turn this on your head. What's my favorite color today?
Okay.
What about right now?
Right now, the second.
Okay, right now at this second, it's gonna have to be sanguine. Sanguine.
The fuck
like
Is
red.
that a pink? A red. Okay,
It's
I was
like
close.
it's like a very close
Yeah.
to crimson red.
Oh,
Give me like
yeah,
17 seconds. Give me like 17 seconds. It'll change.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, well, Max, would you like to
Yeah.
answer while he's
It's
doing
time.
that?
Absolutely. Man, I love the color black and I love the color red.
So true. Great colors.
And white. I'm a very simple man, so my accent, because a lot of people won't count black or white sometimes, so my backup is always red. That is my...
Okay.
My favorite color has now changed to...
Okay.
It's like that soft blue. You ever... Okay, I'm sure you've listened to Wolf by Tyler, the Creator. It's like
yes.
Yes. It's like that soft blue. That is on, like, that's between, like, Tyler when he's looking up at Samuel and Samuel's like holding the inhaler. It's like that and there. It's that's there.
Yeah,
and
that.
Like,
that's a beautiful color.
Blue.
I completely agree. That's a great color. Thank you for using that as an example as well.
But it's that specific one. Any other blue? No.
No.
Yeah. Close to it? No.
No.
And it's changed. Okay. So it's like okay.
Oh,
so it's kind of like a like one of those like shades of camo green that looks kind of like, it looks like if you took normal green but like bathed it in the mud for like 20
darker.
Minutes.
You get that dark forest green.
Yeah, like that dark forest green.
Yeah.
That like nobody
I like
likes.
that color. I love it. That's a good color.
It's very
but then color. like everybody's like, oh, this doesn't look good on anything. But then you like paint a house that color and they're like,
exactly.
I kind of like that color.
They like it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna lock that in.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up before you change your answer for the fourth time. So, as I said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you guys would like to plug?
Oh Lord, it's just our Twitter, I guess.
Sure.
And because that's really where we operate now. We thought like, operating on Facebook would be like the cool thing to do, but like it's just kind of like my grandpa who like likes my posts and stuff.
Oh.
And he's like, "Good job, Jeff. Proud of you." And I'm like, hey,
"You're doing
thanks,
great,
Grandpa. You're doing great." And I'm like, "Thanks, Grandpa. Love you too." But like Twitter seems to kind of just be like as long as you're not an asshole, Twitter's kind of not a bad place. Everybody complains about Twitter.
It depends on where you are.
Yeah, everyone depends what you go on Twitter for.
Literally, everyone complains about Twitter. They're like, Twitter's so bad, man. Twitter's so toxic. It's like, no, just don't be a dick, and there's not gonna be a problem.
Well, I mean, it depends on which part of Twitter you're on, because like DIY Twitter, it gets a little hectic, but for the most part, it's like pretty calm. But like Gloria and I also dabble in Stan Twitter, and that
my god, I'm only in Stan Twitter.
The worst place to be on the internet.
It's constantly on fire. Everybody's always fighting. There's always a fan war going on. Right now, it's Zayn Malik fans versus Harry Styles fans. I didn't see that one coming today, but that's what's happening. So it's just somebody's always fighting.
There's always a water parks fan getting lit on fire.
Or eating like teeth or something. I don't know, man. You can't make this stuff up.
I predict there's gonna be a war between like Elmo fans, like Elmo from Sesame Street.
Yeah.
And Scott Pilgrim.
I'm pretty sure that's happened already.
It'll happen. I promise.
Okay. I look forward to it.
Yes.
All right. Well, is that all the plugs you've got? Just Twitter, and that Twitter's not a bad place?
Yeah.
Twitter,
I mean, you can follow us on Instagram too, BrownMaple419. Yeah. We do post our stuff there. When songs come out to keep up with the band, but I'd say he's the active one on Twitter. It's
really just Twitter.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Well, thank you for sitting down with us, guys. It's been Brown Maple, and we're the Good Noise Podcast.